Hey guys, welcome back today for another Soulwork Sunday read. The first to come out is the Five of Cups and the Moon. So somebody might be dealing with some regret. There might be some secrets around this. Maybe it's not known to you, or maybe you're coming into realizing that there's some regret. The Knight of Wands is here in reverse, so maybe someone is regretting not moving forward with something. If you guys are new here, this is the Soul Room 111. My name is Trishelle. King of Cups in reverse, so holding back some kind of emotion. This could be you, this could be somebody else. So the Wheel came out sideways and the Ace of Cups both came out sideways. So maybe somebody feels like it's not the right time, or it wasn't the right time to offer something serious or to offer some kind of feelings. Knight of Cups. But now it looks like there's some feelings being offered, that cup's being offered. Somebody wants to take you out on a date. Maybe you want to go out with somebody on a date. The Sun's reversed. Yeah, somebody's not happy with this regret. It could also be some kind of delays with the Sun reversed. Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah, they're not getting the celebration that they wanted. Somebody's not going out, celebrating, having the fun that they wanted because they held back. Page of Swords in reverse. So they didn't offer any kind of truth or clarity. Ace of Wands in reverse. So they didn't tell you, looks like they didn't tell you how they feel. They didn't tell you that they were passionate about you. They didn't offer you any kind of new beginning. This could be you. This could be somebody else. You could be dealing with the King of Cups. It could be a water sign that you're dealing with. So Temperance came out and the Lovers came out. So there's some kind of healing and balance that wants to be brought to this situation. Maybe they want to bring you balance and they want to heal this connection, but there's something with healing this connection. The King of Swords. So maybe they're ready to take that authoritative position. They're ready to be the leader. They're ready to come in with some kind of truth. You have two kings out here. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a card about stability. It's also a card about singleness. Maybe stability is in question right now, or your singleness or your availability is in question right now. The Knight of Pentacles. So maybe they're wanting, you have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles both upright. Everything else is reversed. So it looks like they're wanting to come in with feelings. They're wanting to come in with stability. The Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy. So maybe they're wanting to come in and show that, you know, they have feelings, they're reliable, they regret this situation. Let's see more about this situation, and then we'll start clarifying a little bit more so we can see who this person is to you. Tell me more about this situation. The Empress. So they see you as the Empress. It's the only female energy we have out here is the Empress. So they see you as the Empress. They can see you as somebody who is not chasing. You know, they can see you as somebody who's really abundant. It was 444 in the timer when I said that. The not chasing. What's the five of, okay. Ten of Swords in reverse. So They're wanting to heal this situation with you. What's the Five of Cups? What's the regret in this situation? The Four of Wands in reverse, that they didn't offer any kind of stability. They didn't give to this connection. King of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so they held back. They weren't giving any kind of stability. Why is the Wheel in reverse? It's too many. Why is the Wheel? Okay. The Magician. Maybe they just felt like it wasn't the right time with the Two of Swords, or they just didn't make a decision. They didn't feel like it was the right time, but they just didn't make a decision. They were wasting time. Maybe they were trying to be manipulative and not make a decision, so they were wasting time. Why is the Moon? Nine of Swords in reverse. Maybe they had some anxiety they needed to release, some guilt. What's the Moon? This is the extra card in this deck. It's the Happy Narwhal. It's basically like the Sun. Maybe they had some anxiety they needed to release so that they could come in correct. Maybe they were releasing depression. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. They were releasing anxiety around coming forward. Have they done that? Have they released their anxiety? Queen of Wands. So maybe they're feeling more confident. Queen of Wands is very confident energy. The Five of Pentacles, but now they're feeling left out. And there's the Page of Cups. So they either want to come in with something small, like a new offer, or they want to come back around with an apology. What's the Page of Cups here? Strength. Okay, so this is taking a lot of their strength, or they're getting up the courage to do this. The Five of Swords came out in reverse, so no more conflict. The Fool came out in reverse, though, too. So, maybe they're still not quite sure about taking this new leap towards you. Why? Why is the Fool here in reverse? Okay. Justice, Judgment, and the Ten of Cups came out with the Fool reversed. So they know that they have to come in, if they want a new beginning with you, they know they have to come in with the truth, with a Judgment energy, balance things out with that Justice energy, and they know that this will make them happy. And so it looks like they're getting up the courage to do that. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here in reverse? Five of Wands in reverse. So it looks like they don't know if you're single. Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse. They don't know if you're single. All right, let me grab a different deck so we can figure out who this person is. Who is this person? How will we know them? How will the collective know them? The Knight of Cups came out and the Magician in reverse. So somebody that held back previously, somebody that might have been a little bit manipulative, especially with their feelings in the past. There's the Four of Cups. Maybe this was somebody that rejected you in the past, or they acted like they weren't interested. They acted nonchalant. Is this the masculine? The Five of Cups popped out, so they regret doing that. What's this? Okay, so the Eight of Pentacles, so they want to work with you now. The Sun's reversed. Maybe there's been some delays. The Knight of Swords, but they want to rush forward. And Judgment's in reverse. So maybe they aren't sure if how honest they should be. Nine of Cups in reverse. They're not happy. They didn't get what they wanted out of the situation. Who is this person? Is this the masculine? Who's this masculine? Six of Swords. Somebody who's moving away from conflict. Okay. Temperance came out sideways. Yeah, so they know they have to come in and bring balance. They know it's out of balance right now. Maybe they aren't sure your reaction if they come in with this apology. Who is this person? Who's this person? Give us more on this person. Okay, so King of Wands in reverse and Page of Cups. So all my cards fell, sorry. Okay, this could be a fire sign with the King of Wands being there. Somebody in reverse, so somebody who didn't take the leadership in the relationship before in the Page of Cups. So the King of Wands wants to come in with an apology. How does the collective feel about this person? So the Two of Swords, the Lovers, and the Five of Swords. So you're not sure. You do feel the love connection, or you did at one time, but there's been a lot of conflict and a lot of challenges. How would the collective react to an apology? How's the collective going to react to an apology? The Star reversed came out with the King of Pentacles in reverse. So you might not trust this apology from this person. What's the Hermit's reversed? So they want to come out of this isolation with you. Maybe it's a no contact situation, but also it tells me that you're not going to trust this apology. Even though you once did see them as something significant with that Lover's card. What has changed? Why are they coming in with an apology? Oof. Six of Pentacles. Okay, why all of a sudden do they want to give to this connection? Page of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so maybe they weren't single. Maybe they didn't tell you that before. Maybe they weren't single before. The High Priestess is here in reverse. The Ten of Cups. The Three of Cups is in reverse. So yeah, they're single. The Five of Wands. Challenge and competition. So maybe they didn't tell you that they weren't single before. So this King of Wands can be an Aries, Leo, or Sag. Eight of Cups. So they're going to come in and tell you that they walked away from this situation. And now they're single. And now they want to pursue this. Yeah, the world's reversed. So this isn't finished yet. This isn't over. Queen of Wands in reverse. So they might be feeling insecure, or this might have made you feel really insecure. The Emperor's in reverse, so there could be some control issues still, or maybe they were really controlling in the past. Maybe you see them as controlling. So the Four of Wands came out. Justice came out in reverse. The Fool. And the Moon's here in reverse. So there's been some kind of secret or illumination or something. They've had some kind of realization that there was an injustice here around this stability and this new start with you. The Seven of Wands. Okay, there was definitely some kind of defensiveness. The Nine of Swords came out also, so maybe there was a lot of anxiety, or they're having a lot of guilt. And the Five of Pentacles is in reverse, so they're wanting to come out of the cold of this situation. And the Queen of Swords is in reverse, so maybe they feel like that's how you're going to be towards them now. A little bit cold, a little bit distant. I want to know, what is this person's intention towards the collective now? Ten of Wands in reverse. So they're wanting to heal the situation. They're wanting to let down burdens, heal the situation. The Hierophant came out in reverse, and the Eight of Swords came out sideways. So maybe they're an overthinker. Maybe they've been overthinking this commitment situation, or they couldn't offer commitment before, or there's something non-traditional about this. And it's the reason, they've are in their head, they're overthinking something. What are they overthinking? The Hanged Man. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So they're overthinking whether to pause or whether to rush forward. What's the outcome of, let me grab a different deck. What's the outcome of this situation? Three of Swords sideways and Two of Swords sideways. So you're going to definitely have the decision here if you want to heal this. Page of Pentacles sideways. Looks like it's going to depend on what they offer. What are they going to come in with? How are they going to apologize? Have things really changed? Did they really, did they have some kind of transformation? Are they changed? Are they healed? Let's see. Have they gone through their healing that they needed? Three of Cups is in reverse, so they could have cared what other people thought. Knight of Swords is here in reverse. They might not be completely honest about that with the Four of Swords. They might be pausing. The Five of Wands in reverse. So, I mean, they want, they want to get away from conflict. Have they gone through and done enough healing for this to work? King of Swords. So maybe they want to be honest now where they weren't honest before. Eight of Cups and Justice. Yeah, so maybe they walked away from a marriage. Two of Pentacles. Maybe they were juggling you and somebody else, and you didn't know that. Temperance is here again. Nine of Cups and the Emperor is up right now. So they know they need to come in. They need to make the situation right. The Two of Wands came out in reverse. So it doesn't look like they have any future plans past the apology because they don't know how you're going to act towards them. Especially if they tell you this information. What else can you tell us about this person? Seven of Cups. Hermit reversed. Nine of Swords in reverse. Ace of Cups reversed. Two of Cups reversed. This might have been somebody that you saw a long-term commitment with, or you wanted a long-term commitment with. Queen of Pentacles. They could have been in a commitment with the Queen of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Maybe it's been a lot. Maybe it's taken a lot, this situation. Ten of Wands. Burdens. Whether they see you as the Queen of Pentacles or this other person, this is a situation that's really burdened them. And the Hierophant came out again. So it looks like they were in a relationship with the Queen of Pentacles and they're walking away from that and they want to come in and tell you that. Who is this King of Wands? Eight of Pentacles. The Empress. So yeah, the Eight of Pentacles and the Empress. Now they're wanting to give to you, to this connection, to the Empress. The Empress came out upright both times. So they see you as the Empress. So the Queen of Pentacles can be this other person. And there's the Queen of Swords. So they see you as the Queen of Swords, or you might be acting like the Queen of Swords when they come in. Very discerning, have your guard up, logical. Ace of Pentacles came out sideways. Lots of cards are coming out sideways. There's a lot of unsure energy in this situation. Ten of Swords, and the Devil. So it looks like they're obsessed, or they're having a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety around this situation, around this Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, the Ace of Swords in reverse, coming forward with the truth. So let's get into our root work, or our soul work deck, and see what needs healed in this situation. Okay, so the first one that came out says, trust the unknown. The path ahead forms as you step. Okay, so there's a lot of uncertainty in this situation. There's a lot of unknowns. Divine protection wanted to come out, okay? Let go of control. Let go of control in this situation. You know, let it go, see what stays. This says rebalance and adjust before burnout, right? So you might have to get yourself grounded, especially when this comes in. The Tower didn't come out, so it doesn't look like this is going to be shocking to you, but it might throw you off your balance a little bit, you know, because maybe you don't know how to respond to this. This says have compassion for others. See the wounded child in them too. And this says reclaim your voice. Speak even if your voice trembles. All right, guys, that's what I have for you today for the Soulwork Sunday read. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it brings you healing and help. And I'll see you guys next time.